that sound, as scary as it is, yeah, you're going to be hearing that tonight, and it's going to keep most of you up at night as the worst of Irma is expected to impact our area. So
that's right. It's going to get worse and worse through the day. So by the time you're even starting to lay your head down to try to get a few winks of sleep, it's going to start getting very worse. You know, not only is the Key West dealing with heavy rain and strong winds, but there's that ever-present wave danger out there.
These numbers are impressive. Let's go ahead and show you what's happening down there. And these numbers, we have just been just mind-boggled by these numbers here. We're talking about 25 to 35-foot waves. These are current wave heights. Now moving across the Keys here, we have likely significant surge ongoing there, along with the extremely high winds as well here. And this system is just bashing the Keys right now, but we're already feeling effects of our own here.
That's right. This is a huge, massive storm. It is nearly 400 miles across, and some of those outer rain bands using Max Defender 8, yeah, they're right in our community. So we are seeing the rain now, and then look at what's to come. Rain band, that's a yellow band of rain. Rain band in Fort Myers, rain band in Bonita Springs, rain band in Naples, rain band once you head down into Alligator Alley, and Max Defender 8 sees through all of those. That is the power of an S-band radar that most television stations don't have. In fact, mostly the National Weather Service that has these.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is so Max Defender 8 getting quite a workout, and this will be an absolute workhorse as we go forward through this storm as it gets closer and closer to our area. Again, you can also note there are some flashing lights there on the East Coast. Those are tornado warnings. There's a tornado watch in effect for Highlands and DeSoto County in effect until noon today. And it's all in preparation for this. Take a look at what's happening right now in Key West. The storm's still some 260 miles away, but let's take you down into the core of this Category 4 hurricane, and it is just, man, you look at that picture, that is a scary sight for the folks in the Keys right now.
Yeah, the strongest part of a hurricane is in that northeast quadrant of the eye wall, and that is what has crashed onshore now, somewhere between Key West and Marathon. And so as the light of day comes up here in the next 2 hours, we're going to see devastation.
And I just checked, it's starting to knock out weather sensors across the Keys. No surprise there. Well, we do want to give you the latest here in terms of the track of Irma here. This is the 5 a.m. advisory. It's been updated. In fact, now 7 a.m. here. This is just a position update, and the strength of the system virtually unchanged. It's now just right on top of the Keys.
Right, and 130 mile per hour sustained winds as it moves to the northwest, which means it's going to parallel the southwest coast of Florida. It is now not expected to make landfall in Naples. Remember how we thought that yesterday? Well, if you went to bed that way, you're waking up to more of a westerly shift, which takes it closer to Fort Myers and unfortunately closer to the coast of Sarasota. It's not a definite that it's going to hit Sarasota. It's just that coastline is going to get closer to the center of a Category 4 hurricane.
That's right, and then conditions start really deteriorating by this time. And let's take you a little bit further in time, Monday at 2 a.m. So this is overnight tonight and into Monday morning. We're talking about the potential of a major hurricane in and around Tampa Bay, and the wind field, regardless of where this thing makes landfall, if it makes landfall, most of the area will experience hurricane force winds just because of the massive wind field.
That's right, and the closer you get to wherever the center is, even if it doesn't make landfall, it could stay off in the Gulf of Mexico. That's still a possibility at this point, but that doesn't matter because the hurricane wind field extends 80 miles out. So if you look at this map, and if you are 80 miles from where that icon is, you will feel hurricane force winds. And again, it's that overnight time period. You heard Avery talk about it. We have talked about it multiple times. Tonight, it is going to be hard to sleep with Category 3 winds outside of your window.
And if you're hoping and thinking, okay, well, once the storm moves off, that the threats are done, unfortunately, that will not be the case, because even after the center passes into North Florida, we've got a water issue, and it could be significant in some areas now because we have strong winds coming off the Gulf of Mexico as we head into the second half of the day on Monday. And it's during that time, any surge, any coastal water rise that we've had, and tidal rise as well, that's going to have a hard time coming back into the Gulf and retreating with that strong onshore flow. And speaking of that, storm surge warnings now in effect.
That's right. So if you're in the Manatee and Sarasota County area, now this is certainly is going to change as we pinpoint exactly where this eye actually traverses. But at this point, A storm surge warning is in effect for Manatee and Sarasota County, and we expect anywhere from 4 up to an 8 feet surge. Now that's, again, think about how tall you are. If you're 4 to 8 feet, now that just means that the water is going to be that much closer and that much higher than it normally is.
Now, what we are looking at in the Tampa Bay area, we've actually increased the total to 5 to 9 feet because, again, you're going to get water coming in, and it's likely going to want to pile into areas like Old Tampa Bay and Hillsborough Bay as well. So we're
if
talking.
you don't know where that is, that's up near the Old Tampa Bay is up near the Courtney Campbell, kind of in that the top little corner there, and then Hillsborough Bay is around downtown Tampa.
That's right. So we're talking about Bayshore Boulevard there. So that's where we're going to likely see some water rise. Bayshore will likely flood as a result of this, and unfortunately, a lot of this is going to occur at the time of high tide, and that's why we're so concerned about those tide times.
Which is at pre-dawn on Monday. So less than 24 hours from now, pre-dawn hours of Monday is when high tide occurs and an onshore wind flow. So notice once you go up into Pasco and Citrus and Hernando, you will see a 4 to 7 foot storm surge or water rise as this storm passes by your area. And that'll be later in the day on Monday morning.
That's right. So again, the water is going to be an issue even as we head into the second half of the day, because keep in mind, we're still going to be in tropical storm wind speeds even after the storm passes to the north. So we're still talking about 30 to 40, 50-mile-per-hour winds still coming off of the Gulf of Mexico at that time. So it's going to stay quite breezy through the day on Monday here. So
even though the rain may be lessening up, because most of the heaviest rain is on the northern side of it, the strong winds will still continue. And unfortunately for us, that means that direction would be coming off the Gulf.
Yeah, that's right. Now, another question that we've had a lot of is, are you going to lose power? Well, yes, you are. We're expecting widespread power outages as a result of this. And it's not just the wind itself, but keep in mind, things will likely get knocked over. Power lines, trees falling on top of power lines, things like that. So you can be prepared to go up to a week, maybe even a little bit more without power in some areas. We're expecting this to have significant impacts to our area. So I do want to go through the bottom line here in terms of the timing. We just want to sort of break this down to the nitty-gritty for you. So main impacts from the hurricane Sunday afternoon.
This afternoon. We wrote this graphic last night, so this afternoon all the way through Monday.
That's right. And in terms of the wind speeds, 75 to 100 miles per hour. That's a broad brush, but again, that is going to really depend exactly how close the center gets. And if you find yourself near the center, near the eye wall, we could have gusts up to major hurricane status. We can't rule that out.
Right, but the fact that we put on the low end of sustained winds 75, we basically think everyone that can hear our voices right now will feel hurricane force winds, which is 74 miles per hour. And that may be, the extent of it for you if you're far away from the center of the circulation, but everybody's under a hurricane warning, which means a hurricane force winds are expected.
In terms of rainfall amounts, we're pretty confident now painting out a good 8 to 12 inches for some, but 10 to 15 inches. There will be some spots that get into that range here, especially if you get caught under these prolific downpours and they sort of train over the same area.
And we've already seen that in parts of our area so far. And remember, the rain accumulates until tomorrow.
And then the storm surge potential. Again, we've put 4 to 8 feet, but we've increased that in some spots. You saw in and around Tampa Bay, Pinellas County, 5 to 9. But again, this number is highly dependent on exactly where this comes ashore. If this comes ashore early and moves inland, our water situation improves. But if the storm track shifts any more to the west, we are going to end up seeing the projections for storm surge increase.
That's right. And so, guys, when we're still in that, we still look at the cone. The cone has gotten much smaller as we're now 24 hours away from this event. But for the way that our coastline is made, where it's so perpendicular that a shift of 3 or 4 miles would make actually a pretty big difference.
That's right. So we're going to continue to monitor the track. Every new scan, every new update, we will be the first to pass it along to you. Again, the next full track update comes out at 11, but we'll have intermediate advisories prior to that.
One thing, guys, we're on Facebook Live right now, and because we wanted to see what our viewers are asking, and one of them actually, just to maybe get a little bit more clarification, says if the hurricane does not make landfall, we shouldn't worry, right? But that's not the case. We want it to make landfall,
That's
correct?
far from the case, right?
It is far from the case, because even if it's 3-4 miles offshore, because again that cone is smaller.
It is.
So it's not going. We're not expecting it to go way out into the Gulf of Mexico. That still puts us within the 80 miles of hurricane force winds, and it adds the threat of storm surge.
That's right. Now, the inland wind potential for areas like Polk, Hardy, Highlands, DeSoto County, that may decrease a little bit, but the water is going to increase along coastal communities here. So again, we always say you can hide from the wind, you need to run from the water here. So if it goes offshore, the storm surge potential would increase.
All right, guys, thank you for that update. And, again, the bad timing there with the tides, because that water is going to stick around, and it's going to be, devastating for a lot of people before it recedes.
Yeah.